At the middle school level, we have the Nathaniel Green Advanced Academic Program. It's existed historically in Providence for years. And at Nathan Bishop, there is also a number of advanced courses. It's not our program, but there are courses there. So a few years ago, when I was looking at the data, I realized we had more students than we had seats at Nathaniel Green for the advanced coursework, advanced program. And you know, some people are like, well, we should just expand Nathaniel Green's advanced program. And I said, well, you know, let's try something different. And so we opened that advanced academic program at Roger Williams Middle School. Roger Williams Middle School probably historically has the worst reputation in Providence. I mean, historically, I'm saying going back decades. I think we have really good people there. I'm really proud of the staff we have there. I think they're doing incredible things.
Know some people there, yeah.
And we opened the advanced academic program there. And so we just got our RICAS scores back.
Okay.
And the students at Roger Williams in the advanced academic program are doing just as well as the students at Nathaniel Green in the advanced academic program.
Nice.
And so what that tells me is we have more work to do to raise the bar for what our students can do. Because I think that you can't just raise a bar and just say, okay, pass it.
Right.
That's a great way to make a lot of students, you know, that don't have that ability yet. But we have more, our children could do more if we push them harder. So I'm really proud of that. But I don't know, I mean, the other thing I know you mentioned was the facilities thing. When I came here 4 years ago, the only people that were talking about how bad the facilities were teachers and parents. And I think because teachers and parents have had such a powerful voice, you know, it's historic what's happening. I mean, no one really realizes it. I don't think people will fully grasp it because I don't think people believe it. Because there were promises made in the past, before my time here, as I understand it, where there were going to be all these new buildings, and one building got built, two buildings got built, and then they ran out of money and said, okay, we're done. But actually, because the bond was passed, I feel very confident that, you know, up to $400 million, I think, of new facilities. And the thing is, because we had the community involved, because we had parents like you and Aaron, because we had teachers, because we had student voice at the table.
Yes.
One of the recommendations and one of the things that is going to come to pass now, which has been approved, is that every school will receive something.
Right.
And it won't just be we're going to build a couple bright, shiny buildings. We're going to make sure that every school gets the help it needs because the building conditions absolutely require it.
As I was involved in, you know, in the process, and I appreciate you inviting me onto that board.
Yep.
It was a school building committee.
Yep.
One of the things that they were talking about is it's not about equality, it's about equity.
Yep.
Equity across the district.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, versus, because you would get some people, well, why are we doing this here? Why are we doing that there? And, you know, it was appreciative that, you know, the information was funneled out the way it was. So no one could, you know, say, well, we're not getting, you know, like at school, you know, well, we're not getting anything over here. We're not getting anything. That's not true. Everybody's getting something, and based on how they were rolling it out, it was explained. You know, so I thought that was a very good thing.
Well, you know, the head of the Rhode Island Charter School Association, Keith Oliveira, he's got a great phrase to talk about equity and equality, and he says, equality is everyone gets a pair of shoes, equity is everyone gets a pair of shoes that fit.
Right.
And so, like, you know, equality would be give every school in the district the same amount of money. But you have some schools that are brand new, you know, the last 7, 8 years. You have other schools that are built in the 1800s.
Right.
I mean, people don't know that, but we have schools that were built in the 1800s where children go to school today in Providence. And so obviously the school that is older is going to need more repairs and probably than the school that was built 7 years ago. Yeah. At least it should, or you should get your money back.
Right. Well, you know, that being said, you know, we've covered a lot of topics. In the last couple of minutes, is there anything that you want to say to your departing audience, your friends, family, students, administrators, people that are going to miss you?
Well, I think, I mean, hopefully we've built some things that will retain momentum. I mean, I know it's only 4 years, but as we were talking about before the show, someone told me that there have been 12 superintendents in the last 20 years. Right. So 4 years is actually, I mean, the national average for an urban superintendent is 2.5.
I read 3.4 actually.
Oh, well, maybe.
I looked it up.
Maybe it's gotten better, but every place is different. In Providence is 12 and 20 is a lot less than either 2.5 or 3.4.
Yeah.
It's a tough job, but I think it's a great job. It's been an honor for me. And, you know, I've tried to do things. I think the important thing is I've tried to do things with the community and not to the community.
Right.
And I think one of the great mistakes of public education, a lot of good intentioned people have been trying to change the outcomes and close the opportunity gaps that exist for children in public education for the last couple decades. Too often it's done to a community and not with it. And so what I've tried to do is do things with people. I think that, first of all, that makes your decisions well-informed. I don't know everything. I make a lot of mistakes every day. I don't think I'm the smartest person in most rooms. I work hard, I'm committed to equity, and I'm committed to children. That's what I bring to the table. But I think that when you do things, when you make decisions in an ivory tower, you know, you may think you're the smartest person, but you're doing it to people. So what do we try to do is knock that tower down, let people in, hear people's voices, even though sometimes the voice is going to be critical. Sometimes you may even feel like you're being treated unfairly. Oftentimes when you're the soup. Yeah. But you know what? That comes with the territory.
Right.
And when you do that, at the end of the day, I've even had people that vehemently disagree with me, respect the fact that even in the toughest, we've had some tough times. When you run a school district, especially an urban school district, especially one our size,
yes,
it's a matter of time. You've got tens of thousands of people kids taking buses. You've got millions of meals. You've got 24,000 kids in a school every day. All the different things that can happen. All the different things that happen in the weekend in the community that come back to the schools. I mean, schools are where the rubber hits the road in society.
Right.
So things are going to happen. So even when people have been the most critical, they have appreciated, in my opinion, the opportunity to have a voice. And so that's what I think. I thank the parents. I thank the critics. I thank people that have come to the table, even when they've been angry, even when they've been disagreeing. And obviously, I have a lot of supporters. But I think that, they know that I'm thankful. But I think even the people, even if participating is what matters. I don't think we would have the school district that has the struggles that ours has had for decades if we had more people like you, more people coming to the table and participating. And I think that's primarily the district's fault, because we're an organization that is very effective at shutting out community. Yeah. So what I've tried to do is change that. And I know I have. And I hope that that's sustainable, because I think when you actually have the community's voice at your back, that's when you have real power to make the change that's necessary in public education.
And well, that's it, sir. We appreciate you coming.
Oh, thank you.
We're going to miss you.
I'll try not to look at the monitor. I'm still not a pro at that.
It's like when you're talking, it's like, okay, here we go. All right. Yep, there you go.